Shh, shh, shh. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to 20,000 Films Under the Sea. I'm your host, DJ, and alongside me today, I have two of my favorite people in the world. One of them being the Ocean Shrine himself, Mr. Erno.
Hey, Shark Daddy for Prez 2024. and not these two fucking nerds that we got doing a debate last night. That was just, oh god, that was terrible.
That was last night?
That was last night, man. Yeah, it was bad. I went and watched it this morning.
Oh yeah, okay, I did see it.
Yeah, so we went and
put it
saw
on
the
my
movie.
mind this morning.
We went and saw the movie last night. I was very happy to watch that instead of that fucking awful fucking event. Watched it today while I was at work and was like, wow, this is real bad. This is a real bad situation.
Dude, it's so bad.
Oh my god, it was terrible. Trump
He
lied
said,
about like
what is a
18
black
things.
job?
What is a black job? He said
what is
they're taking
what is
black jobs is what he said. Oh my god, man. Trump lied about like 18 different fucking things. Biden lied about like 7. It was just a fucking absolute disaster. And we knew it was going to be. We knew it was going to be bad, right?
Honestly,
like,
I didn't think it'd be this bad. I didn't think it would be absolutely. This looks like an SNL skit. This is like an SNL skit to the nines, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's actually scary. And the fact that nobody else wants to be like, hey,
not a single person.
I want to go in.
Yeah,
like,
the DOJ just doesn't want it. They don't want it. But Honey says, I did not watch the debate. I just can't. I can't do it. That's okay because we watched it for you. Official review.
Don't watch it.
1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. That's our rating.
I'd rather watch Rebel Moon.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Rebel Moon, and that's hard. That's a tough critique from us. For anyone that doesn't know, Rebel Moon's notoriously gotten bad ratings from us.
I'd rather watch Madam Web.
I would, 100%.
Honestly, yeah, true. Honestly, to be fair, I would. I actually would.
I must stop these girls. So bad, dude. So fucking bad.
And the man who wants to watch Madam Web over the debate joining us today is Revan the Dude. The Dude.
Hey guys, what's going on?
He's whispering.
It's going good, yeah.
Yeah, it's going good. Yeah.
It's over, man. We're all gonna freaking die. World's ending.
Yeah. So, I worked overtime today. And we here.
Sorry, could you speak up? Could you speak up a little bit? I can't.
Yeah.
Here. I can't. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh no. Because now he's gonna forget to turn it down.
No, I turned it down, and we should be good.
Jaggin Chat says Devin shh.
Yo, last night was fucking funny. Okay.
It was a good time. It was one of the better times we've had watching a movie, dude. It was great.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, but we weren't the only people. There was just like moments in the theater where like like somebody in the movie would make a noise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then either me or Ernell or like somebody else in the theater would just go shh. It's so funny.
And you could hear people be like shh.
like you could hear people like trying not to laugh
because they fucking knew it was stupid.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And like and it was really there's moments in that movie where you just go holy shit, right? Because of and stuff. And there was like you could hear people just go "oh" in the theater when something was happening. It was so funny.
It was great.
But yeah, I'm doing good. Last night was just fun. I'm not even like reviewing the movie yet. I'm just saying it was fun. It was a good time. And yeah, I'm drinking my after work claw. As soon as I got off work today, I actually took a 2-hour nap.
Which claw is that?
This is the Blackberry Surge. It's 8%. It's so good.
Can't just drink a regular mango White Claw these days, huh? It's got to get the.
Why would I buy the 5% one when I can just get the 8% one right there for $1 more?
Because it does virtually the same thing. It's not
false.
That much of a difference. Okay?
Well, honestly, this is like this. It was the only box that had the blackberry flavor in when I went to the store, and I wanted the blackberry.
Who wants Blackberry Claw? This fucking guy.
Me.
Guy.
Because I don't want grapefruit.
Oh.
This fucking nerd. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you talking about?
I
also got blood orange. I got blood orange too. It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. No, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do we once we kick off the review, should we do our review in whispers? Should we like?
Of course. Yeah, everybody turn up your game. This is going to be our Quiet Place ASMR episode.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if our listeners would like that. I'm gonna be completely honest.
we can figure that out.
You know, honestly, if you do like that, actually, you should write in and tell us.
Tell us if you donate enough. We will definitely do it. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
Ooh, so well,
hey, 10 gifted subs right now. We will ASMR this episode.
No, someone put up a prediction thing. Will Devin ever drink a normal beverage? No, nah, and maybe.
Where was that?
It's in the chat.
Someone put it
I don't know who started it.
It's Xander. It was Xander. He's lurking. It was Xander. I knew it.
Oh, that's so funny. Xander. That is so funny.
Why can I not?
It was either Xander or Garrick, dude. I know it.
Yeah, it's gone now. It's gone now.
It's gone. It was like for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's got to time it a little bit longer.
Yeah,
he's saying he's laughing.
Oh my god.
What do you mean? This is a very normal beverage. It's just blackberry White Claw.
Surge.
That's
Surge.
This time I actually willingly bought this. It wasn't just gifted to me.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Because it's
just like you're willing to listen to us, because this is 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions you want each and every week. If you like that, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on a podcast and video service near you. Oh yeah.
You.
But if you empty your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that's cool with us. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/GoodKrakenShow. Just like Honey Boobies, and Xander, and Jag in the chat.
Nerds.
If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. Tell them, DJ.
Prime Gaming.
And we would love for you to give that to us to help keep the lights on and the cameras rolling. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, hitting subscribe, or by leaving a review on our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea. And we'll be there waiting for you.
God, I hate that knock. I hate that knock noise so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some director's commentary. Check out our latest episode of Death Ratio. What do you guys do for Death Ratio?
the best games of 2024 so far.
I just wasn't there. I was like,
it's okay. No, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah.
And our Ernell and I's number one, Final Shape.
Final Shape. Baby.
Wow, really?
Let's go. Yep. So far. There's more games to come.
Okay.
Yeah, people were asking about Shadow of the Erd Tree, and we're like, I straight up said, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's DJ's number one right now, but he's not here.
Well, we also had talked about like a cutoff time, and it came out right after that cutoff time. Unfortunately it did. But who knows? It could be.
But we haven't played Shadow of the Erd Tree yet.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't.
Right. But it could be a part of this conversation at the end of the year. So just hang tight. Tight.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's been reviewed as best DLC ever.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Only Eurogamer that said it was hard.
Yep.
Yeah, give it 3 out of 5. If Eurogamer gave it 4 out of 5, I think it would just break records.
They're like,
I mean, it did break records. So.
This is fucking hard.
Breaking more records.
Yeah. Do you see Miyazaki? He like came out. He's like, I fucking suck at video games. What's everybody crying about?
Dude, he said, yeah, dude, I fucking use summons and shit. And I'm like, well,
he's
there
like,
you go,
they're there
dude.
for a reason.
They literally, the game is made for that.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's another prediction.
Oh, the prediction was nah. There you go. The vote.
See details. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, write your reviews on Apple Podcasts. Please, please, please write in your reviews. If you're listening, you're watching, please just leave us some feedback. We would love to hear from you. And just write whatever. Just, write whatever, rate us on what you think this show is what our score would be, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Would listen, would not listen, just let us know.
And please, do that specifically on Apple Podcasts. They're kind of like the podcast industry standard currently, just because of how many people listen to podcasts on Apple products. But it makes a difference. It really, really does. Like if you guys have a second, please go there. Just say whatever bullshit you want in the review.
Even if you don't like us, just leave one down, and it might get our show taken down. Dude.
Honestly, I would love it if you guys just left 5-star reviews and just said something funny in your review. You don't even have to really review it if you don't want to. Just make fun of us.
You could just go in there and just say, at this time, you guys didn't even know we would live to see Ki Adi Mundi Age Gate. This definitely killed Star Wars for good, for real this time.
Like copy and paste Acolyte review bombers and paste it into our review Apple Podcast review box.
I feel conflicted over this.
Put 5 stars instead.
Yeah.
And just copy paste that review.
I have too much emotion in this matter.
Can we rename all of our shows to The Acolyte and see if we get reviews?
The Acolyte review. It's actually A Quiet Place Day 1, but The Acolyte review.
No, all of our shows. We just name it The Acolyte.
Oh, The Acolyte. Okay, yeah. We could do that. We could do that.
I need to see how many dislikes that video has now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm looking. I'm gonna go look.
Jesus Christ. DJ, you can continue. He's just gonna do his thing.
Yeah. Well, Ernell, what do we have going on next, brother?
It has 4, by the way. We have, DJ, that's a great question, my friend. We have what a lot of people would think The Acolyte would be. They're hoping for it. It is officially the final cut.
The final cut.
I thought it's the final shape.
No, it's not, because that's
hell
good.
No.
We're not good. That is actually good.
Yeah. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing our review of A Quiet Place Day 1. Boom! Day 1. Woo! Can we get woo?
Day 1 song?
Day 1 song. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Day 1. When New York City comes under attack from an alien invasion, a woman and other survivors try to find a way to safety. They soon learn that they must remain absolutely silent as the mysterious creatures are drawn to the slightest sound. This was released on June 27th, 2024, literally yesterday, directed by Michael Sarnowski. Okay, you might know him from Pig, Mirrors, right, and Fight Night Legacy.
Interesting mix of movies.
Very interesting mix.
Pig's a good movie.
Is also written by John Krasinski and Michael Sarnowski himself again. And they created A Quiet Place, The Office, with John Krasinski's in it, and If.
Well, John Krasinski has actually also written and directed 3 episodes of The Office. Fun fact.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, love that guy.
What is If?
It's a newer movie that came out recently.
Yeah, new movie. I haven't watched it yet, but
Ryan Reynolds was involved with it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the big purple thing with Ryan Reynolds and a kid. I've seen the trailer for it like during one of the movies. Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about now. Music by Alex Grapsis. Did music on Pig, Monday, and American Horror Stories.
Yep.
Is that a good show?
No.
American Horror Stories? No,
because it's
Why does it get so many shows?
American Horror Story is fine, depending on the season's fine. American Horror Stories is just another anthology series that's trying to be Black Mirror.
Okay,
but it's nowhere near as good.
I saw that. Is there one with like Kim Kardashian in it, or like someone that looks like?
Yeah,
her?
there is. Yeah.
I stopped watching those shows.
Me too.
Yeah, the first few seasons of American Horror Story, I actually liked quite a bit. You know, but it just got to a point where I was like, y'all are trying a little too hard now.
See, I got to Hotel and that's
where I fell off.
I was like, wow, Lady Gaga is so incredibly hot, but not hot enough to fix this. And so I was like, click off. You know, I'm good. I'm good from there. Anyways, DJ, continue. Sorry.
I did watch the very one of the last, like the Apocalypse season. It was like post-apocalyptic. No, it was actually good because it had some time travel shit that interconnected a lot of the other seasons, which I thought was actually interesting. They pulled it off pretty well. Okay. And I got reminded about that because Honey Boobies mentioned Coven, and it intertwines with that one.
Probably my favorite season, honestly.
It actually is. That Apocalypse season is a direct sequel to Coven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank God there's not American Horror Story in review. Go ahead.
The budget for this film was $67 million.
Well spent,
actually.
Well fucking spent.
Very well spent.
Definitely did not feel like 67 mil.
It felt like 120, to be honest with you.
It definitely felt way more than that. At least double.
Yeah,
the box office.
Yeah, that cat.
The box office is 6.8 million, and $50 million opening weekend prediction.
So they're on course for 50 mil opening weekend. That feels good. That feels right.
Yeah, and the runtime is about an hour and 39 minutes, which is fairly short in today's.
It is,
carousel movie. But it definitely packs a lot in this hour and 39.
They move quick in this movie. They move pretty fucking quick.
But it doesn't. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
But we got some fun facts. And one of them is Lupita Nyong'o was afraid of cats, so she had to undergo cat therapy to play Samira. She explained, quote, "I was terrified of cats. I couldn't be in a room with a cat. I was suspicious of them. I was pretty sure they were out to get me, but I wanted to play Sam so badly, and she has this cat. So I had to face my fear." Excuse me. They hired someone to bring some cats to me in Los Angeles. And over a number of days, I observed the cats and asked lots of questions. And when I felt brave enough, I touched one, and then it was two. And before you know it, I was petting one until I could hold a cat without freaking out. End quote. That's pretty crazy. That's how how dedicated she is as an actor. Like, to just go to therapy to get over your fear of cats to play a role.
Because listen, if I was an actor and they were like, "Hey man, so we got this role for you," and I'm like, "All right, what's up?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude, so you're gonna be standing on a cliff the entire time," I'd be like, "I don't need this role."
No, you're auditioning for The Tower, dude.
Yeah, like I'd be like, "I don't need that pay. I don't need that pay. Just sign me up for the next Velocipaster, dude." Just
Ernell, they're like, "Hey, so we want to give you this role, but you got to go hiking."
I would take that up because I'd be like, all right, that's a good excuse for them to pay for to get a personal trainer and like get myself up to scuff there. But if they were like, "Hey man, we got this role for you, you got to eat raw tomatoes," I'd be like,
Yeah, for like 87 takes. We need you for
I'd do
Rotten
it.
87.
I eat Rotten Tomatoes anyways at work.
I would. Yeah, that's because you like Rotten Tomatoes. I do not. But I don't know. Like, I would have to very heavily contemplate: is the $2 million paycheck worth 87 takes of Raw Tomato? You know what I mean? Is it worth
how is that a question?
You don't. You like tomatoes. You like the. Yeah.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
How much money do you think it would take for Xander to take a role where he has to be near a spider?
Honestly, I think he would do it for $1 million. I think he would do it for
$1 million.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to be a little bit more than $1 million for him to say.
Really, you think that's not a good enough selling point?
At least 10 million. I think at least 10 million.
At least 10, dude. Nah, dude. He's been on a tough side.
But he said fuck. He said fuck no. 1 million is not enough. 1 million is not enough. What if I was
there with you, Xander? What if I was there with you?
Like if I'm just saying, if you
see, I told you.
I'm just saying.
He said 10 mil. I'll consider.
If a fucking producer came to your home and they were like, "We have a proposition for you. We think that you are the Simu Liu we can't afford, right?
Yeah.
We can offer you this role. And they say for $1 million we can put you in this, but you have to touch spiders." And he'd look at Jackie. And she'd look at him. You're telling me he wouldn't take that $1 million? You're telling me he would
make him do it.
He would take that $1 million, dog. I promise you, he'd take that $1 million.
Nah, dude. How many spiders and how long?
He's discussing it now. He's in conversations, dude.
Watch him be watching this with Jackie, and she's like, "Fuck yeah, you're gonna,
you're taking the $1 million.
That's why.
$1 million.
Do that."
DJ, what's our next fun fact?
We got our next fun factoid. It's development on A Quiet Place Day 1 began in November 2020, with Jeff Nichols set to write and direct. By May 2021, Nichols' script had been completed, but in October of 2021, he was dropped from the film due to creative differences. In January 2022, Sarnowski was announced to replace Nichols as writer and director. He was approached by Krasinski because of his indie feature directorial debut, Pig.
And then he ended up going on and writing The Bike Riders instead. The new Tom Hardy movie with Austin Butler.
I heard my parents went and saw it.
I've heard good things. Yeah. I'm interested. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, nothing left to do but review this movie that we saw. Either yesterday or today. But I think
it's time to
I think I would like to hear Devin's thoughts first. Devin, what did you think of A Quiet Place Day 1? Initial thoughts. There's running water, dude. We can talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I got fans going.
We can talk kind of softly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's raining outside. Yeah. Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Quiet Place. First of all, I am automatically biased because I love part 1 and part 2. Those movies are fantastic movies. So going into this, I had good expectations. I wouldn't say high expectations, but like I really trust John Krasinski as a creator, and this is his own property. So I went into this in kind of a bliss, like yeah, I can't wait to watch this type of deal. So just full disclosure right away. Guys, I really like this movie. I think it fits very well, and has its place among part 1 and part 2. I actually can't measure any of these movies better than the other because I feel like they all do what they set out to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Personally, I feel like they all like tell a very good story within this universe with the creatures that they have to deal with. And goddamn, did they? It's like, you've already seen so much of these monsters, right? In part 1 and part 2, that you're like, how can we make it more terrifying and chilling for you in another movie. Oh, we'll just make it so there's like 100 of them going down the street at once. You know what I mean? Like, the sound design has always been fantastic in these movies, and this one definitely didn't disappoint. It was very good seeing the perspective of the very first day of let's call it the fall, right? Because they fall from meteors. Let's call it the fall.
I hate
day
that.
one.
I hate that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get it. I get it though.
Yeah. God damn, the sound design is so good. It from the way that you could hear the creatures walking, you could the way that the movie makes you overanalyze every character's movements, their footsteps, where they're walking, what kind of shoes are they wearing, are they grabbing onto things while they're running or walking around? It's so it's just immaculate, right? The way that the characters' relationships are built is great. I personally, I don't know about you guys, but near the end of this film, I actually like teared up a little bit. I actually had to wipe a couple tears away from my face near the end of that movie because I don't even know if I want to say what's going on with Sam because I feel like that's
probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
It's a good building point for everybody for that movie. And yeah, and it is so good seeing oh my gosh, how am I spacing on his name? I said it so much yesterday. Eddie.
Oh, Joseph Quinn.
Yeah, Joseph Quinn. Holy shit. It is so I cannot wait to see more from him. I am actually really excited to see him in Fantastic Four. I thought he did a great job in this movie. I thought that Lupita did a great job in this movie as well. The cat is the star of the show. 100%.
Frodo.
Frodo is fucking
Frodo is the dude. The second that she said that the cat's name was Frodo, I immediately was like, Ernell.
I was like, Mr. Frodo.
Frodo. Jag and chat, he was there with us. The pure stress of all the cat scenes and imagining my cats there had me sobbing so much. Oh my god. I sat there and I was watching this. I was like, Amos couldn't do this. This sucks. Amos couldn't do this. He would bark immediately. He couldn't do this. But I love the set pieces. Like we said earlier, this movie looks like $150 million movie. It does. With the amount of destruction, the CGI, the sound, the use of military vehicles, and just vehicles getting smashed up in general in this movie. You think they would have paid a lot more for this. This is an example of a well-budgeted movie with a good script, and it does exactly what it sets out to do, in my opinion. And the human connection in this movie is something I feel like they do the best in A Quiet Place. Is they dive into the emotion of the human connection between the characters, and they make you feel it. And I think that's what these movies are all about. Like, yes, there's the thrill, there's the terror, there's the suspense, but these movies are about human emotion and connecting with one another. And I think they do a fantastic job with it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we're going to swing to Ernell. What are your thoughts on A Quiet Place Day One?
Yeah, DJ. So, the movie was good.
Shut up, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Band.
It's raining. I forgot. My bad. It's raining. Yeah, dude.
Stop following me.
You have to leave. You have to go south. This movie was great. I think that the Quiet Place movies generally are all pretty great. I do think that there's some things that could have been a little bit better in regards to it being a movie as a whole, but this is one hell of a thriller, and all the Quiet Place movies are one hell of a thriller. They did a really good job of allowing us to sort of connect the pieces between the other movies in a very smart way, but not just between like being like, oh, like we found out in this movie that these things are, you know, weak against this thing. We found out here about you know, this person and how they handle these monsters. We found out actually this guy's in another movie as another main like important character, and so now we have an origin story about them. There's a lot of really just kind of ingenious pieces that they put together in this, and like they weren't heavy-handed about it. They weren't like, oh, this is the guy for the movie, like they were like, no, he's just here and you've seen these other movies, so now you know where this leads to, right? And for anyone that didn't see the other movies, well, this guy isn't super important in this movie. Like, he is, but he's not like super. So like, if you don't know the context, it's fine. The movie still works out. So you don't need to have the prior experience of the other films in order to watch this. So you could theoretically watch this movie and then watch the prior two movies in a row. And still have a decent experience, because this movie, I don't think this movie's any better or worse than the other movies. I agree with Devin in that point. I think that this movie fits perfectly in the library of this sort of like bookshelf of where all three of these movies sit together. I think they're a perfect trilogy, because now we have this perfect prequel for this first movie that came out that blew us out of the fucking water, because it's original, it's tasteful, it's cool. This is generally just really fucking cool. And then the sequel to that movie was also really dope too. So I think that like we just consecutively have now 3 really solid movies, and this movie was no exception to that rule. I think that the writing was impeccable. Yeah, Devin's right. The budget was just really well used. I would have guessed that this was easily $100 million budget minimum for this fucking movie. And they pulled it off with far less than that. And it turned out for the best. I mean, like we have a really fucking great cast in this movie. Like having Joseph Quinn as this secondary bestie, and like, you know, when he pops up to sort of replace, you know, Alex Wolff, who's in this movie as well, you know, one of a few in Naked Brothers band, has upgraded his life to now be in this. Yes, Devin.
I love the way that they introduced Joseph Quinn's character.
Yeah,
I loved that connection. Was so good.
Yeah,
it was
and it paid off in the end. And I think that's another really great part of this movie too, is that like everything in this movie pays off right. And that's something that a lot of movies sort of like stumble or fumble on, is like introducing something to us and then not applying it to something later in the story to make that connection make more sense for us, or to just have it pay off for us to be kind of like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's awesome. And everything in this movie pays off in the right way. And then, of course, like we have Jimon Hansu in this movie, very limited, but he's great every single second he's on the screen in any movie. He's fucking great. And Lupita Nyong'o is just, goddamn, she can act. Goddamn, can this fucking person act her ass off. I don't understand how Lupita continues to just be in movies and just carries everything.
Dude, I didn't even recognize it was her when I watched the multiple times I've watched this trailer, watching other movies. I didn't even know that was her. Yeah. And I was like, wait, that's Lupita Nyong'o? Like, what the heck? Wait,
yeah. That's the fucking queen, dude. That's her, bro. Like, and she is just powerful in this fucking movie. Like she's pretty notoriously been very good at displaying emotion in her acting, and like we saw her in Us, right? And that was sort of like this pinnacle that of Lupita Nyong'o's like acting that we were like, oh shit, like coming off of like Black Panther, right? We see her in Us and we're like, oh fuck, like that's tight. We want more of that. And she was able to emote and exemplify this character and bring this Sam character to life for us, because I felt the distraught and panic, not just because of the situation, right? Because we see some movies that are like, oh, the entire city's being obliterated, and like we feel bad because if we were in their shoes, like that would really suck, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like we've seen that before. But a good apocalyptic movie gives us a character that we can sort of say, like, not only would this suck, but it would suck specifically to be in this person's shoes, right? Yeah. To be experiencing it from this person's angle, because there's a lot going on with this character. And I think that plays off for the best, because in the other two movies, there's also a lot of things going on with our main characters in those too, in this little family that has deaf children. And that representation was awesome there. And so my first thought was, well, how are they going to carry that representation into this movie? Well, they didn't. They actually decided to wean away a little bit from talking about deaf people in this film, and they instead replaced it with another thing that should be talked about, and it is in the instance and the focus of our main character here, with Sam being played as Lupita Nyong'o, and it was just incredible, man. And then, of course, Frodo, our cat, is just the goodest boy that has ever existed, because this cat gets drowned like 3 fucking times, ran over 3 fucking times, runs away 18 times, gets chased by monsters this whole fucking movie, and somehow, some way, this cat is still fucking kicking ass.
Unscathed. No animals were harmed in the making.
No animals were harmed in the making of this motherfucking movie. Frodo is still around. Actually played by 2 cats. Frodo is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, played by 2 cats in this movie. I can't remember the names.
Does the cat have a stunt cat?
The cat has a stunt cat. Yeah, no, that is correct. Wow. Yeah, it's not a Jason Statham cat.
Because I was like, man, sometimes he looks fat, sometimes he looks a little skinny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know? But just I have such an appreciation for all of these movies. This one specifically, I think, A Quiet Place 1, the first Quiet Place movie, was a fucking good movie. That was a really good movie.
Dude, yeah.
And I think that its benefit it had was it being so original and so fresh in how they were taking on a sort of horror, sci-fi thriller sort of thing, and making it feel dramatic, because it wasn't only a horror film. It wasn't only a thriller film. It also had drama. It also made us give a fuck about this little stupid ass family that was doing stupid ass family shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kids were fucking stupid. This movie is so good for different reasons that the first movie was so good, and it was still good. Like John Krasinski's got some fucking gold hidden in his fucking sleeves or some shit, because this dude is fucking 3 for 3, man. He's fucking 3 for 3. And I don't know if he ever plans on moving away from A Quiet Place or something like that, and like creating a new IP or something. But I'm excited for when that day comes, because this dude can fucking write. He can write his fucking ass off, and I'm so excited to experience anything this guy fucking touches. Even if it's the Quiet Place show, another Quiet Place movie, give me all of it. Give me all of it.
His mind, like, it's such a good idea. Mm-hmm. It is such a good idea. It's like monsters that use ultrasonic hearing, like.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said too, like all the movies also have some things that they could do better. There's some moments that are a little bit corny. There's some moments that I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Like and like most horror, they suffer from the same things that most horror / thriller movies suffer from, and it's the things that you kind of have to sort of suspend some disbelief. Because if you go into it being like, oh, it needs to be real. It has to be realistic, 100%. You're gonna have a bad time with any horror movie, right? Any of them. But these movies have some moments where it like takes you out of it. Like in this movie specifically, the main one that popped in my brain was like the yelling scene, like in the suite, and I was like,
yeah, dude.
Okay, like no one in their right fucking mind would have risked that. No one would have risked that. I understand why they did it, because they wanted us to feel this sort of like frustration that these characters had, right? And they had this one opportune moment to do it, so they did it, right? I get it. I get why.
Yeah, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like again, like brother.
It felt it felt a little unnecessary for the progress of the story. We could tell by the end of the movie these guys were fucking frustrated. Like, you don't need to fucking tell us twice. We got it. We got it a long fucking time ago, man. It's somewhere between him finding her and them doing this thing. I felt that they were frustrated because I was also fucking frustrated just watching them deal with the bullshit. So yeah, there are a couple of things that, you know, just horror movies are horror movieing. But, you know, it doesn't take away enough for me to say at all that this movie isn't excellently made. Now, what about you, DJ? What were your thoughts on this?
Well, this might come as not a surprise because I haven't seen the first two.
Okay.
This is my first A Quiet Place film, so I'm coming from a place of not seeing the other two.
Great.
Coming as if this is my first foray into the A Quiet Place trilogy, and this movie is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did watching this, and also really funnily, this is off topic a little bit, but I don't know why parents want to bring kids to the movie theater, especially when you're seeing A Quiet Place. But
no, listen,
like
DJ, before you dive too deep into that, I need it to be known, okay? Because we've experienced A Quiet Place before, we knew what we were signing up for. So me and Jag both made sure that we ate dinner prior to the movie and that we got soft snacks, because we knew that once the movie started, we're quiet. We're dead fucking quiet, dude.
You were not quiet.
And like, well, no, and here's the deal. We were fairly quiet. We did our little shh like thing, like every here and there and whatnot. But I like pre-opened my red vines. I like made sure I ate all my popcorn before the movie started. I saw a tweet today that was saying, like, for anyone wondering how the Quiet Place movie was, just know I bought a drink and it was still full at the end of the movie. And that happened to me too. Because mine
still had a bunch in it too.
I was so sucked into this fucking movie that I didn't want to touch anything.
you guys weren't playing. You guys are playing too scared, man. Whenever it's a little loud enough, I'm taking a sip of my drink.
He was the guy that was yelling in the thunderstorm. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes. I was like, if they yell. You know what I'm
saying? I didn't open my candy before the movie started, and I realized, like, during the movie, I was like, "This is gonna be loud." So I waited for the loud moments to open my candy.
Yep. I caught you, dude. I caught you, man.
Dude, it's like playing a stealth game. But to go back to what I was saying,
yes,
I don't know why parents bring kids to the movie theater, especially to A Quiet Place, literally. But I booked my seats in advance. I didn't know there's going to be two people sitting next to me. So there's two people to my left. And we're at the end of the row. Like, I put the third seat in the row, and there's two people sitting next to me. A gay couple. So shout out to them. I heard the kids like, Daddy, I don't want to watch this. after the first few trailers, it wasn't even, the movie didn't start yet. It was just because we're in a scary movie. They see the scary movie trailers, like Smile 2 trailer preview.
Oh yeah,
and the kid was. I'm like, dude, like, get this kid out of here.
Who the fuck?
Who let
their kid go see this fucking movie? What the fuck?
Dude, so hyped for Smile 2. Fuck the haters.
It looks awful,
watching
man.
that trailer
It looks
disturbed the fuck out
awful.
of me.
I know, but I'm still hyped for it.
It looks so bad, dude. It's not going to be anywhere near as good as the first one.
But,
Anyways, DJ, continue. Sorry, man.
But that kid was silent the whole way through, by the way. He had like a little bit like during the like beginning, you just hear like but like
his dad's just fucking covering his fucking mouth against the scenes.
I didn't want to look back, dude. I was like, I didn't want to make eye contact with you, buddy.
His dad's like, hey, eat these gummies. They're CBD gummies.
Imagine. But yeah, dude, this movie is fantastic. I really enjoyed Sam's character, the character that Lupita Nyong'o played. I love her dynamic. I love I really enjoyed like her situation in the context of this this apocalyptic event. You know what I mean? And you could predict towards like halfway through, you're like, okay, we can see where this is going with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like she lays it out clearly, like because she's not going to evacuate. You know, even though she's shooing Eric to go evacuate, she's on her way for her own mission to get pizza. And there's a lot of context and stuff that I won't spoil.
Yeah.
That goes about
that's right,
to get pizza
folks at home. You heard that correct. This whole movie is about pizza.
It's one of the greatest pizza runs in
film
history.
Dude, I can't. Now. This movie is fucking marketing gold. I don't know how the fuck we haven't been seeing more pizza places use this movie in their ads. I don't know how the fuck they've been avoiding it. Because this is perfect. They could literally be like, Domino's, $13.99 for 2 medium pizzas. And it's just like flash B-roll shots of Lupita Nyong'o eating fucking pizza, wearing like homeless people clothes.
Domino's always stays open during apocalyptic event.
like something, dude.
Imagine a pizza. Now, dude, no. Imagine a Pizza Hut ad, and it literally just says, "No one out pizzas the hut," with like all those fucking fucking quiet creatures crawling around, dude.
No one out pizzas the hut, dude. You never heard that?
No one out pizzas the hut. That's their slogan.
Well, see, and I told Devin and Jag while the movie, about like halfway through the movie, I was like, why is this a Papa John's Coke fever dream? This entire movie. It's just
why are we risking our lives for pizza right now? But then when you get to that story beat, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, you're like, oh my god, like this is way more than just getting like know, but like you realize it's more than just getting pizza, but like you don't realize like once they get to the story beat, you're like, oh my god, this is massive for both characters.
Yeah.
And just the human element of this story, of this film is just very beautiful. Lupita Nyong'o acting her ass off has incredible emotional range that like instantly like she taps into like adrenaline and like just fear. Like you like just looking at her character, you're like, oh my god, she's scared shitless, dude. Like even like her original let's say caretaker,
Ruben,
we can say that, which died in a kind of comical way. Like it's the smallest spoiler, but like it's not.
People die in this movie. People die in this movie.
Fun fact.
People will die in this movie. Okay, it's still a horror movie. It's still horror. So people will die. But it's definitely just seeing their relationship beforehand, before this apocalyptic event, and getting more context about like how this came to be, and just seeing how they try to survive this. Now, I will say, I thought like it occurred to me like while watching this, and it made me kind of laugh, made me kind of chuckle in my seat. I'm like, if this was, I don't know what is more realistic, this movie or like the fact that I don't think New Yorkers would ever be this quiet. Ever.
In any capacity.
And I personally, I don't know a lot of New Yorkers. So I don't know. I can't say whether they agree with me or not. I don't think most of them would. That one scene, you guys know that one scene.
That magnificent fucking scene. Oh my god, dude, it was so good.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think they would have lasted that long.
You know what though? You know what though? Maybe all of the New Yorkers were gone already. Like maybe these are the ones that aren't from New York.
I mean,
yeah, they're all
think about it. Think about it. The Eric character, he's from the UK. You just hear on law school, and he knows how to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
well, and that's the thing too, is that like I think that because Jag in chat mentions for real, it stuns me that canonically the people figured out the sound bit within hours of the fall. To me, that actually made it feel a little bit more realistic, because I feel like humans would figure that out. Like all it would take is like people getting fucking slaughtered. You run into a building, and then you start noticing that things are only happening when noises are fucking happening. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't take too long to like sort of.
Motherfuckers are telling you to.
Yeah, dude. Like fuck.
You know what I mean? Like.
Exactly.
Just fucking gesturing and shit. Like telling you to shut the fuck up in fucking sign language, dude.
Someone will figure it out. Humans are adaptable.
Yeah.
It's the only reason we survived for so long.
Yeah. Devin, you had your hand up. You want to say something?
I love that Ernell called it the fall after I coined it.
No, Jag called it fall.
I called it the fall before Jag did.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Do you want a fucking trophy, pal? Do you want a trophy for
I do.
For the thing and the fall thing? I give you shit. You motherfucker. It's stupid. It was a stupid name,
dude. I think the rooftop scene was a little goofy, but I think that's it felt realistic.
I hated that scene.
I like that scene because like somebody would be like that. Some motherfucker would be like that.
They would.
You know what I mean?
They would have solved that problem a lot quicker, though.
But that's why I think that's why like it's a hate love it thing. It's like fuck, that's fucking like why would you do that? But like that's emotion within the context of you immersing yourself in this, like, why the fuck would you try to scream right now? But like on the outside just viewing it, you're like, damn, someone would do some dumb shit like that. Like,
well, it was funny because for
we're fucking dying, man. There's no hope.
We're fucking screwed, dude. We're fucking dog water, bro. Like, and it was funny because like after that scene was finished, I was kind of like, I leaned over to Jack and said, "Why the fuck did they just toss his ass off the fucking?" Like I was fucking.
I honestly thought it would be a little bit more ruthless. To be fair, since this was my first Quiet Place, I thought there going to be people like you know, just
pillagers and raiders
over
and
to like create sound, you know what I'm saying? Like just to get a leg up. But you don't see any of that. You don't really see anyone taking advantage of the situation, because I think everyone is just fucking scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the same page. So, like, we're all fucked here, guys.
Yeah, they're like, okay, dude, you know, if me killing you, I get no benefit from it, which I think is more realistic, to be fair. And yeah, dude, like this is such a great film, and I kind of makes me want to watch. I know you guys told me to watch the other ones beforehand, but I was like, I don't really.
No, I mean, I remember saying like, you know, it's a prequel. Like it'd be cool for you to experience the other ones beforehand, but you don't necessarily have to. And I think that's to a benefit of this movie.
Yeah, and I think anyone at home who hasn't seen, I think this is a great starting point. And as for me, somebody who doesn't like horror films that much, because like I think some horror films take it too far unnecessarily. You know what I mean? But I think this film is very tasteful. Of course, it hangs more onto the thriller side, if anything.
Yes.
Than scary. I mean, there's a few scares.
A couple moments, yeah.
There's one jump scare here, which I think was like, okay,
way unnecessary. Like they did not need to fucking do
why
that
would you
at
fucking
all.
do
I was
that?
like, you guys.
But like I guess. There
was one that was kind of a jump scare. Went on the pillar near the end of the movie that I was like,
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because it happens like quick, and he's like, oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that felt okay.
Yeah.
It was the other one that was a very blatant jump scare.
Yeah, it's literally the like definition jump scare.
The definition, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, like just fucking eye rolled.
Like that part. I was
so
like,
hard.
You didn't
dude.
have to do all that, dude.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, dude, it's just a great film. I just have I don't have a lot to say. Like the only critique I do have is I don't know if this is my theater or the film itself. I think some parts are not mixed well.
We're quiet.
If
Some
that makes
parts are
sense.
quiet. I'm kidding.
No. Like actually, the apartment scene when they're talking about poems, because that's part of the movie, I did not hear a word they fucking said, dude. I could not.
It was weirdly quieter in that part. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a movie
and
for
like
sure.
most of the film, like all the quiet bits, like especially when they're whispering, you can tell what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like even though they're just mouthing, like you can clearly hear or see what they're saying. During that scene, it was fucking dark as fuck. I couldn't barely read their lips. And then secondly, they were speaking it was just low. It wasn't that they were speaking low, it was just in auto, like I just couldn't understand what they were saying. I
There
know
was
they
like
were saying
the
something.
rain, the thunder, and all this
Yeah,
other stuff
thunder,
going
like
on.
and it's like, and I'm like, like you speak in like a half whisper. It's kind of like that, but like I just couldn't understand what they're saying. Like, and I'm sure if I heard what, like, because they were reciting a poem, and if I heard what the poem said, I think that would have hit me more emotionally. But I just could not understand what the fuck he was saying. They were saying during that part. Like I kind of get bits and pieces. That's the only complaint I have, because that point in the movie is actually very crucial to the rest of the film.
Yes.
And why like they're doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, like, and then some points it was pretty loud. I don't know if it's just the mixing in my theater. There's some places it was a little loud.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I just wasn't used to
the Quiet Place movies are notorious for doing that, and I think it's because they're trying to make you feel the impact of noise being present. And so when noise is present, they're trying to make it feel like there's a lot of noise. Like the noise is important. It acts sort of like a character in these movies.
Yeah, and like this, it's the same thing I had with Mad Max Furiosa.
Loud ass fuck movie. That was a loud fucking movie.
And that was a loud movie, but like I don't know. I had to. I bring AirPods with me everywhere I go, so I put one AirPod in my right ear just so I could like,
interesting.
dampen the noise for myself. And actually, I had it on for the whole film, and it didn't ruin my experience. The thing is, don't put on the transparency mode or the noise canceling. It's just you just put on regular mode, and it's all good.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, I don't have a lot of complaints with this film. And the crazy thing, it's $67 million budget. It felt like a lot more, especially when you get into those very high intense, thriller scenes. Like especially when they're getting chased or when there's a lot of shit going on. Like it's definitely like fair. You're glued to the screen. Your eyes are glued to the screen. You're like, what the fuck is gonna happen to these characters?
Yep.
So,
yeah, man.
All right, so I guess we're gonna move on to our ratings and what we think about the film. Devin, should people what would you give this film, and should people see this right away?
I do think people should see this. I think, like I said, I feel like it is an emotional like connection experience for the movie. Like these movies are about humanity. And I know I've said this before when we reviewed part 2 of Quiet Place, because I know we did that. So yeah, I think people should see this. I think it's a very well made movie, and I feel like everybody can relate to this movie one way or another. And who doesn't want to see a cat fucking survive an apocalyptic event? So
hell fucking
this movie is fantastic. It's not perfect by any means, but I am willing to give this movie a 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
9 out of 10. Wow. All right. Arnell, what would you rate this film, and should people go see it right now?
Yeah, dude. I think people should. I think you should absolutely see this in the theater setting. This movie will be served best that way, with great sound, great visuals, and it's going to be best experience in a setting in which you can fully immerse yourself into the situation that is taking place. Because this is a Site Zero type story. You know, so we're seeing it is honestly, if I'll be real with you, this is probably one of the best zombie apocalypse movies.
That's not a zombie movie.
That's not a zombie movie that we've gotten to date. Because because I really wholeheartedly like, because they unfold it as if it's a zombie outbreak, right? They use it as a zombie outbreak sort of situation, and I think that they did it perfectly. They let us see just enough carnage. They let us see just enough destruction, and I think that it would behoove you to experience that in the biggest way you possibly can, and that is going to be in a theater with great surround sound, great opportunity to see everything happen in front of you. It's a great movie with great storytelling. The ending is fucking magnificent. I got choked up because it was so fucking good. These actors fucking kill it. Absolutely fucking see this movie right away. It has some things and that I think probably could have been a little bit better, because horror movies are horror movies and they weren't meant to be good. Unfortunately, horror movies were not made to be good, but thankfully the Quiet Place franchise stands out on its own fucking 2 feet. I will be giving this an 8.5 tonight.
8.5. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, that leaves me.
Yes, sir.
I think you should see this film right away, because I thoroughly enjoyed this film, and as a person who's not a big fan of horror, I think this film like is perfect in that regard. Like if you're not a big fan of horror, like just like I am, like if sometimes it's just too far, I think it rides that line. It is thrilling, more or less, and it really creates that sense of tension and adrenaline that you would get from a horror film without like having all this unnecessary like a lot of gore, or like, a lot of just creepy shit. It's just these fucking aliens are fucking here, and they're terrifying, dude.
It's
They're
tense,
fucking
man.
terrifying.
It's tense.
It's fucking intense, and there's a cat in it that doesn't die.
Hell yeah,
No
we
cats
love
die
that. We love when the animal
in this film,
survives.
so, yeah,
Spoiler.
indeed. And I will also get this a 9 out of 10.
All right, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That gives us a 8.83333. We round up, so that'll be an official 9 out of 10.
And there you go.
From here at
There you
Kraken.
go.
Goddamn, feels good.
No.
That feels
DJ.
good. I'm okay with that.
Are you gonna watch the other movies?
Probably not.
I
probably will. I just like not right now.
Okay.
So John
fair
Krasinski
enough.
is in the first one. He's in the
Yeah,
first one.
Yeah.
He's in the trailer.
I
not in this
think
film, though.
that you should watch the first one at the very least.
Yeah,
You-
I'll get around to it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I just like.
Give yourself a thriller break.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a time. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair, man. It was a lot to ask you to do even this movie, so
I mean,
Yeah.
I Loki, I just didn't want to do it, but I was like, fucking, I'll just fucking go, dude. Fucking.
Yeah.
and
Just wait until we do long
yeah.
legs.
we were honest with you. What? No, we're not making DJ watch Long Legs. He's gonna fucking. He's not gonna come back.
That movie has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because it's a good
care,
horror
dude.
movie. He doesn't know that movie. I'm hearing is fucking people up real bad, dude. So like, I'm not gonna make DJ do that. But what did we tell you though? This movie is more of a thriller than a horror, and so I'm glad that worked out for you.
Yeah, dude, and I'm glad because I was about to, dude. I was thinking like during the previews, like for like the like other films that are because like since it's like classified as a horror film, there's other horror movie like horror movie previews, and that were very unsettling for me. And I thought that if they're showing these, then this movie might be in the same vein. I thought to myself, dude, those motherfuckers lied to me. And
He thought we did you so dirty, dude.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, if this film goes anywhere like any of those, I'm about to go on this show and tell them that they fucking lied to me. Okay,
we can't do that because we need you to watch some of these horror movies, and we're just going to be honest what type of movies they are.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm glad it wasn't what I thought, and it exceeded my expectations. So
good. I'm glad, dude.
That's
I'm
why
so
I give
glad.
it a 9 out of 10, man.
That makes me really happy.
Yeah. And you guys at home make us happy because this has been 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions you wanted each and every week. If you like what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on a podcast and video service near you. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that's cool with us. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. Kraken Show. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, hitting subscribe, or by leaving a review on our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea, and we'll be there waiting for you. But until next time, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Oh, brother, this guy.
This guy stinks.